Luxury used to be about owning beautiful things. Today, for the ultra-rich, it's about owning the right things. Quietly, strategically. While the public chases logos and trends, billionaires are placing their money into luxury brands that hold long-term value, cultural power, and scarcity. These aren't impulse purchases, they're calculated investments. From fashion houses to watchmakers and private lifestyle brands, the world's wealthiest individuals are backing names that signal influence, taste, and staying power. In this countdown, we're revealing the top luxury brands the ultra-rich are investing in right now. Not for attention, but for legacy. 7. Brunello Cucinelli. Quiet luxury as a philosophy. At number 7 is Brunello Cucinelli, a brand that perfectly represents the modern shift toward quiet luxury. Unlike flashy designer labels, Cucinelli's appeal lies in understatement. Soft cashmere, neutral tones, and timeless silhouettes define the brand, making it instantly recognizable to those who know and invisible to those who don't. What makes Brunello Cucinelli especially attractive to the ultra-rich is its philosophy. The company openly promotes ethical capitalism, craftsmanship, and long-term sustainability. Wealthy investors aren't just buying clothing, they're buying into a worldview that values heritage, dignity, and restraint. In recent years, demand among high-net-worth individuals has surged as logos fall out of favor and subtle refinement takes center stage. The brand's consistent financial performance and limited production runs have made it a favorite among investors who value stability over hype. For the ultra-rich, Brunello Cucinelli represents luxury that ages well, both financially and culturally. 6. 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍, the watch brand money can't rush. At number 6 is 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍, one of the most respected names in high horology. While brands like Rolex dominate public conversation, 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍 operates on a different level entirely. The brand produces far fewer watches, controls its distribution tightly, and refuses to chase mass popularity. Ultra-rich collectors are investing heavily in 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍 because scarcity is built into its DNA. Waiting lists are long, access is selective, and certain models appreciate significantly over time. More importantly, AP watches signal insider status. They tell a story of patience, taste, and deep appreciation for craftsmanship. The Royal Oak remains one of the most iconic luxury watches ever created, but recent interest has expanded to limited editions and heritage models that are quietly outperforming traditional assets. For the ultra-rich, 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍 isn't a timepiece. It's a portable store of value wrapped in artistry. 5. Loro Piana, the untouchable standard of fabric luxury. Loro Piana sits at number 5, and its influence is far greater than its visibility. Known as the world's finest fabric house, Loro Piana controls access to some of the rarest materials on Earth, including baby cashmere and vicuña wool. These materials are so scarce that ownership alone creates a barrier few can cross. What draws the ultra-rich to Loro Piana is exclusivity at the source level. The brand doesn't just design luxury, it owns the supply chain. This control ensures quality, scarcity, and long-term brand power. Wealthy investors understand that when resources are limited, value tends to rise. In recent years, Loro Piana has become a quiet status symbol among billionaires who prefer discretion over display. Its appeal lies in precision, softness, and refinement rather than logos. Investing in Loro Piana is about aligning with the highest possible standard, one that doesn't need explanation. 4. Hermès, the gold standard of luxury investment. Coming in at number 4 is Hermès, widely regarded as the most stable luxury brand investment in the world. Unlike many fashion houses, Hermès operates with extreme discipline. Production is slow, supply is limited, demand is relentless. This imbalance has turned certain Hermès products into assets that outperform traditional investments. The ultra-rich invest in Hermès not only through ownership, but through resale and long-term holding. Iconic items like the Birkin and Kelly bags often appreciate in value, sometimes surpassing gold in stock market returns. But beyond products, Hermès represents something deeper: generational trust. Hermès does not chase trends, it builds heritage. For wealthy families thinking in decades rather than seasons, that stability is priceless. Investing in Hermès is a signal of patience, influence, and an understanding of how real luxury sustains itself. 3. Patek Philippe, wealth that outlives generations. At number 3 is Patek Philippe, a name that represents the highest tier of watchmaking and one of the most powerful symbols of generational wealth. Patek Philippe is not marketed as a product you simply buy. It is positioned as something you temporarily care for before passing it on. That philosophy alone makes it irresistible to the ultra-rich. Unlike mass luxury brands, Patek Philippe maintains extreme production limits and rarely expands supply, regardless of demand. This intentional scarcity has turned many of its watches into appreciating assets. Auction records continue to prove that certain Patek models increase dramatically in value over time, sometimes outperforming real estate and traditional investments. For the ultra-rich, investing in Patek Philippe is about permanence. It signals patience, legacy thinking, and an understanding that true luxury is measured across decades, not years. When billionaires invest in Patek, they aren't chasing status. They are securing history. 2. Chanel, private power and untouchable influence. Coming in at number 2 is Chanel, one of the most powerful privately held luxury brands in the world. Unlike many competitors, Chanel answers to no shareholders. This independence allows it to make long-term decisions without pressure, preserving brand integrity and exclusivity. Ultra-wealthy investors and collectors are deeply drawn to Chanel's ability to control every aspect of its identity. From fashion and fragrance to real estate and manufacturing, Chanel operates as a self-contained empire. This control ensures consistency, scarcity, and resilience during economic shifts. Recent price increases across Chanel's iconic products have not reduced demand. They've increased perceived value. For the ultra-rich, Chanel represents stability in an unstable world. It's not just a brand, it's a financial fortress built on cultural dominance and timeless appeal. 1. LVMH, the empire behind modern luxury. At number 1 is LVMH, the largest and most influential luxury conglomerate on earth. Behind its name sits an empire that controls dozens of elite brands across fashion, watches, jewelry, wine, spirits, and hospitality. From Louis Vuitton to Dior, Bulgari to Dom Perignon, LVMH touches nearly every corner of high-end luxury. What makes LVMH so attractive to the ultra-rich is scale combined with control. The conglomerate doesn't chase trends, it creates them. Its financial power allows it to acquire legacy brands, elevate them, and protect them from dilution. Billionaires see LVMH as the backbone of the luxury world, a structure built to dominate for generations. Investing in LVMH is not about individual products, it's about owning influence over global taste. For the ultra-rich, LVMH represents strategic luxury ownership at the highest possible level. Why the ultra-rich invest in luxury differently? The way the ultra-rich invest in luxury is fundamentally different from how the public consumes it. For them, luxury is not about consumption, it's about preservation. They invest in brands with limited supply, strong heritage, and cultural authority. These qualities protect value during inflation, market volatility, and economic uncertainty. Luxury brands that control production, pricing, and narrative become defensive assets. They hold power even when markets shift. This is why billionaires prefer heritage brands over trend-driven labels. Stability always wins long-term. The psychology behind luxury as an asset. Luxury investing is as much psychological as it is financial. Ultra-wealthy individuals value scarcity, trust, and recognition from their peers. Brands that offer quiet validation without public display are especially attractive. They signal status to those who understand, without needing explanation. This psychology explains the move away from logos and toward discretion. The ultra-rich invest in brands that whisper rather than shout. Brands that retain meaning even when trends disappear. Luxury is about ownership, not attention. True luxury isn't about being seen, it's about knowing what holds value when everything else fades. The ultra-rich understand that the most powerful investments are often the quietest ones. They choose brands that last, that grow stronger over time, and that carry meaning beyond fashion cycles. If you enjoyed this deep dive into luxury investing, subscribe for more insights into how wealth, taste, and influence shape the world of high-end living. Let us know in the comments which luxury brand you believe will dominate the next decade, and which one you think is overrated. The conversation has only just begun.